Alright guys, we are back. We are fucking back with another live motherfucking reaction. Put bathroom break, anyone. Now for those of you that, this is going to be thrown on my YouTube. This is live. I'm also recording it just cause. But I'm talking to the people that are going to watch this later on. We're doing live reactions. I'm going to do as many as I can. Right now it is 3:21 in the morning. I'm extremely tired. I'm a little fucking disturbed and scared because of the last fucking video we checked out, but whatever. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and all that good shit. And today we're going to be doing, or right now we're going to be doing Pop Culture Conspiracy Theories by Shane. I like Shane. I've only watched, was it one? I think it was one. I did. It was only one video, which I think was the Stalker one. But let's just get right into it.
You just did the deepest voice. What
Like
was that
radio
voice?
DJ.
How did you do
Oh
that?
my gosh,
Very
no,
white.
I can do Mickey Mouse and this deep voice.
Okay,
So it's kind of
give
like
me
a,
first. Give me Mickey.
oh my god, it's so much oh boy.
Oh my God! Wait, are
Hi,
you?
pal, it's me.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my!
Ew, you're mad as fuck. She actually sounds like Mickey, bro. I'm confused, horny, and tired. Manalfa, get your nasty fucking ass out of this goddamn stream right now, motherfucker. Alright, here we go. Disclaimer, all of the conspiracy theories in this video are just theories. I am not stating that any of them are fact. It is for entertainment purposes and not meant to harm anyone or any company. Thank you, Shane. Shane is just like, I don't want you guys coming after me to fucking try to kill me. Stalker was crazy. Alright, here we go, guys.
What's up, you guys? Yes, today we're going to be talking about some more conspiracy theories. Okay, so I have fallen down a hole recently looking at conspiracy theories about kids' toys. And there are some fucking crazy
fuck?
ones. Now, some I've talked about before. For example, some people thought back in the day that Furbies were actually recording all of our conversations and sending them to the government. Which sounds crazy, except for the creator of Furby admitted that Furbies do record what you say because it's
fuck?
taking it in to learn how to talk back. Another conspiracy theory that we've talked about is that Leapfrog is actually owned by Apple. And if you don't know what Leapfrog is, basically Leapfrog creates these like fake Mac products for children. There's like an iPad and a laptop and a fake iPhone. And some people think that Apple created all of that to get little kids interested in iPhones and iPads and laptops so that when they're old enough, they'll buy an Apple. Now those two aren't that crazy, but these
Okay.
next ones are. Now there's a theory that some kids' toys that talk are actually saying subliminal messages to your kids. And some of them aren't even subliminal. Some of them you can literally just hear. Now
Well, you guys can't hear it? I do apologize. Let me bring this motherfucker up more. Hold on. But you guys can hear me though, right? Let me know if this is loud enough. Let me actually put this to... We'll put this to 100. Let me know if this is loud enough. I'll bring it back.
at conspiracy theories about kids' toys, and there are some fucking crazy ones. Now, some I've talked about before. For example, some people thought back in the day that Furbies were actually recording all of our conversations and sending them to the government. Which sounds crazy, except for the creator of Furby admitted that Furbies do record what you say because it's taking it in to learn how to talk back. Another conspiracy theory that we've talked about is that Leapfrog is actually owned by Apple. And if you don't know what Leapfrog is, basically Leapfrog creates these like fake Mac products for children. There's like an iPad and a laptop and a fake iPhone. And some people think that Apple created all of that to get little kids interested in iPhones and iPads and laptops so that when they're old enough, they'll buy an Apple. Now those two aren't that crazy, but these next ones are. Now there's a theory that some kids' toys that talk are actually saying subliminal messages to your kids. And some of them aren't even subliminal. Some of them you can literally just hear. Now this first one is the latest and probably the biggest controversy about kids' toys. And that is that Hatchimals, which are the newest toy right now, actually cuss. So Hatchimals are these like little talking birds and other animals that come inside of an egg, and they hatch out of the egg, and then they don't shut the fuck up for like the entire time you own them. Now when this toy came out, a lot of parents started noticing that the Hatchimal started saying things in its sleep that did not sound kid-friendly. Now, I'm not going to tell you what they think it's saying. I'm going to let you decide that for yourself. Check it out. Did you hear it? Listen, if you didn't hear it, then maybe it's not dirty. I fucking heard it. Now what the parents think it's...
Bro, I heard.
Fuck me.
The fuck? You see, no wonder these motherfucking kids walking out there twerking and shit.
saying is, fuck me, over and over again. Now that you know that,
Fuck
listen.
me.
I know, it's pretty fucking crazy.
Bro,
like, I literally
that was
hear that
clear as
animal
day.
saying fuck me. I heard it saying fuck me when I was watching an unboxing of it.
Shade!
The animal just say fuck me. Also, don't ask why I was watching an unboxing of a toy. It's a long story. Now, so many parents complained that this story kind of went viral. It was on the news. And the company in charge of Hatchimals came out and said, no, it is just saying hug me.
Stop
we
lying.
Would never have our
Stop
toys
fucking
cussed."
lying,
But this
bro.
is not the first.
No, guys. All right, bro. Yo, we're back. We're back with the fucking. That's actually some creepy shit. I don't know why it turned off. I don't know, but that's actually kind of creepy. I'll be honest with you. All right, back to the fucking my joke. I was just getting ready for the punchline, but anyways. So anyways, what the fuck was I saying? I was saying fucking. Oh, he was like, you know, fuck the joke. God damn it. Fuck the joke. Fuck it.
Time this has happened. This literally happens all the time. Just a year ago, McDonald's released a Minions toy that a bunch of parents complained about because they said they heard it saying, what the fuck, over and over again. Watch. Now, of course, McDonald's came out and said, no, that's not what it said. It was just...
What the fuck?
Well, god damn it, if you kept banging me on the fucking table, I'd say the same shit, motherfucker.
just gibberish. But sometimes toys say something that sounds so clear that the people in charge have to be like, fuck. The worst one was back in 2011 when Toys R Us was selling this talking baby doll, and it said, you crazy bitch. Check it out. Yeah, that literally said crazy bitch. Like,
No.
it actually, without a doubt, said that. And so many parents complained, and Toys R Us heard it themselves too, so they pulled it off the shelves.
Yo.
Now, some toys don't just say bad words,
Yo.
but they can get you to create a bad word. For example, all those baby toys that are like phones with numbers, if you put the numbers in the right order, you might get a secret message.
Let's call our friends. Not Teresa. Not Teresa. Not Teresa. Not Teresa. Not Teresa.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Okay, so now that you've heard all these toys cussing, the theory basically is that toy companies are owned by something bigger, maybe the Illuminati. And the point is to brainwash your kids and send them subliminal messages of bad words, of sex, of wanting money, of wanting power. Literally, the whole point of giving your kids toys is to fill their brains with things that you want them to know. I mean, it sounds crazy, but is it? I mean, my parents never cussed around me, so how did I learn how to cuss at such a young age? I don't know. All I know is when I'm a parent, my kid's playing with a fucking lemon or a fucking banana, and that's it. Okay, so this next conspiracy theory is kind of touchy, and it is really intense. And that is the theory that Michael Jackson was actually murdered. So as you guys know, back in 2009, Michael Jackson died of an overdose of propofol. The doctor who gave it to him, his name was Conrad Murray, and he was charged with killing Michael Jackson. Mainly because a doctor should know not to give somebody that much of that medicine, and he gave him too much. But there's a theory that Conrad was kind of the scapegoat, and that somebody else wanted to murder Michael Jackson, and they used Conrad to do it. Now, our first piece of evidence comes from Paris Jackson, who is Michael Jackson's daughter. Now, before we get started, I just want you guys to know that I am not trying to exploit Michael Jackson. This isn't about me, like, making some crazy story up about his death. I truly do believe that there is more to the story of his murder than we know, and I really fucking want justice for it. I also have a personal connection to Paris, his daughter. We know each other and we talk. And after she came out in this interview and said this stuff, I was like, fuck it, I'm making a video. I've wanted to talk about this for a long time. Let's do it. So first, let's talk about what she said in Rolling Stone magazine. She said he would drop hints about people being out to get him. And at some point, he was like, they're gonna kill me one day. Then they asked her if she thinks he was murdered. And she said, all arrows point to that. It sounds like a total conspiracy theory, and it sounds like bullshit. But all the real fans and everybody in the family knows it. It was a setup. It was bullshit. Now, Paris isn't the first person in the Jackson family to say that they think Michael was murdered. His sister LaToya did an interview not too long after he died, and she said some pretty scary shit.
Do you think it's murder?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it in the beginning, and I believe it to this day. You must remember, Michael told me repeatedly that they were going to kill him, that he was going to die.
And who did it?
Yeah, I know. Pretty fucking creepy.
Okay.
And it gets even creepier.
They murdered my brother, and they know who they are. It's not just Dr. Murray, I promise you that. It's more people involved, and they know exactly who they are, and I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what's happening and what's going on.
And then she alludes to the fact that there might be a lot of people involved, which kind of sounds like the Illuminati. Check it out.
So there are people in the background?
There are people in the
Pulling
background.
strings?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now that we've heard,
The fuck? Was that a siren in the video?
it sounds like the Illuminati. Check it out.
So there are people in the background?
There are people in the
Pulling
background.
strings?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now that we've heard his own daughter and his own sister say that they think he was murdered,
is she
let's
looking
talk
at? I
about
don't
the
know.
theories as why somebody would murder him. Now, the first theory is AEG. Now, AEG is a company that promotes concerts. And before he died, Michael Jackson was going to go on his final tour called This Is It, and AEG was in charge of promoting it. Now, a lot of people think that AEG knew that Michael was sick and that his health was not good enough to do this tour. And people think that they pushed him too hard, and that's what led to his death. Here's what Paris said about that. AEG Live does not treat their performers right. They drain them dry and work them to death. Now, AEG does a lot of concerts, including Justin Bieber's, and Paris had something pretty scary to say about that too. Now, she went to one of Justin Bieber's concerts, and she said this afterwards. He was tired, going through the motions. I looked at my ticket, saw AEG Live, and I thought of how my dad was exhausted all the time but couldn't sleep. So she's insinuating that AEG is working Justin to death now, and that maybe he could end up being the next victim. Now, a source close to Justin heard that Paris said this and came out and said this. Justin is not at all scared or overworked. He's in the best health and state of mind he's ever been in. Bitch, what?
Why is he saying it?
Listen, it does not take a conspiracy theorist to call bullshit on that one. Best state of mind he's ever been in. I can't even. That to me sounds like somebody doing some fucking damage control. Now, just to show even more what AEG has been through, they also are being sued by Christina Grimmie's family because they did not give the proper security for her concert, which led to her death. So, obviously, I'm not going to go too much more into that one because I can't, because I'll fucking cry, so we're going to move on. Now, the next theory of who murdered him is possibly the people that were doing business around him. Now, Michael Jackson owned a lot of shit. I mean, he owned the whole entire catalog for the Beatles. He owned his own music catalog. He had Neverland Ranch. He had a lot of money. So some people think that his business advisors and people around him wanted him to die so that they could get all of it. And maybe they hired Dr. Conrad and paid him off to slowly kill Michael. And the last theory is obviously the biggest one and the creepiest one, and that is that Michael was killed by the Illuminati. Now listen, this one sounds crazy, but is it? I mean, Michael became so famous when he was a kid. Then he became even more famous as an adult. Then he started speaking out about the music industry and saying he wanted to rebel and saying he didn't want to do what they wanted him to do, and then they got pissed. Then all these controversies came out about him, things I don't want to bring up, but you know what I'm talking about. So maybe the Illuminati was trying everything they could to ruin his career because they knew that he might speak out against them. So hopefully we will know soon, hopefully we can help, and hopefully we can finally get justice for her dad. Alright, so let's move on to a conspiracy theory that's a little lighter, but also still fucks me up. And that is the theory that Jack Dawson from the Titanic is also Jay Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. Okay, I know, it sounds crazy, but it actually kind of makes sense. Alright, so Jack Dawson was a poor guy who won a ticket onto the Titanic in 1912. He attends the first class dinner, he's hanging out with all the fancy people, he starts to like it. Then he gets in trouble for stealing Rose's diamonds, which he didn't do, although we never saw that, so maybe he did. Then, what if he survived? You know, like we saw him float down, but what if his heart started again? What if he survived? What if he got on land, pawned all the diamonds, got a bunch of money, then spends the next 10 years building up his business, building up his wealth, and then in 1922, 10 years later, becomes The Great Gatsby. And by the way, has a shady past that he doesn't like to talk about, and has a fear of swimming pools and water.
What the
I know,
fuck?
that one is pretty fucking stupid.
I mean, that's a stretch. That's interesting, though. That is interesting. I don't know.
But it is crazy to think about, like, what if that is in the same universe? Because the timeline makes sense, his age makes sense, and personality-wise, they were pretty similar. Okay, speaking of movie conspiracies, this next one is actually really interesting, and I really fell down a hole reading about this one. And that is the theory that the character Riley from Inside Out is actually bi-gender. Okay, so as you guys know, the movie Inside Out is about a little girl who's going through a lot. She's dealing with a lot of emotions. And we see inside of her head her emotions. We see anger and sadness and whatever. Now, the emotions in her head are male and female. And then later on in the movie, you see the emotions in the dad's head. And check those out.
With a nice pass over to Reed, comes across that right.
Right, they're all male. Now, what about the mom's emotions?
Did you guys pick up on that? Sure did. Something's wrong. Should we ask her?
Okay, wait. So the dad's emotions are all male. The mom's are all female. So then wouldn't Riley, who's a female, have all female emotions? So maybe she's dealing with both gender emotions. And maybe that's the reason she's going through so much. Maybe she's figuring out her gender. Because later on in the movie, when you see a boy at the hockey game, he has all male emotions. And then you see a goth girl, she has all female emotions. Riley is the only character in the movie both. So it kind of makes you think, maybe she is dealing with a lot. Maybe when they make another Inside Out, it'll deal with transgender or something like that. I don't know. I think it could be pretty interesting. And also, I'm kind of surprised that
is questionable.
Okay, so this next theory I'm going to talk about is really fucking creepy, and it literally kept me up at night. And that is the theory that there is a man who all of us see in our dreams, and he looks the same to everyone. So before I show you a picture of this man, I'm going to give you a little background. So back in 2006, a therapist was asking her clients to draw this man that they've been seeing in their dreams. She had multiple clients who drew the same face. Then this started to go viral, and a lot of people said that they saw this man in their dreams. And in the last 10 years, over 2,000 people have said that they've seen him. And it's probably a lot more. A lot of people probably just don't know about this theory. And I'm just going to let you guys know that I didn't know about this theory either. And then when I saw this picture, it fucking blew my mind. Because I have been seeing this man in my dreams since I was a kid.
The fuck?
So I'm going to show you the picture, and you guys let me know down in the comments if you have ever seen him. Here he is. I know. Fucking creepy. And if you're like me, and you've seen him before, you're probably fucking going nuts right now.
Bro. No disrespect, man, but that's one of the creepiest fucking pictures I've ever seen in my goddamn life! I can't even, like...
Now, this is a very, very real thing. So many people have drawn the picture of this man to the therapist or to their friends. Just check out some of these pictures that people have drawn. Yeah, these are all different people who drew the same man. Okay, so here's some of the theories as to why we might be seeing this man in our dreams. Now, one theory is that this man is an image of God. and that God is putting himself in our dreams, but making himself look like a person so we can talk to him. Now this one makes sense to me because in my dreams, that man has given me advice, and also sometimes he's just watching. And a lot of other people have said that that's what happens to them too. He just watches over them. Now the next theory is pretty scary. That is a theory that this is a real man. He exists in real life, and he has the power to go into strangers' dreams. Now some people also think that this real man might be in charge of a corporation or Illuminati, and he is going into everybody's dreams to give them subliminal messages. Now the idea of somebody going into another person's dream isn't that crazy. I mean, if you believe in astral projection, then why wouldn't you believe in going to somebody else's subconscious? But it's still fucking scary to think about. And the last...
Plus, now we all know SpongeBob did it too. You guys remember that fucking episode with SpongeBob where the motherfucker was just walking in people's dreams? I remember that fucking episode because that motherfucker went into Mr. Krabs' dreams. And then Mr. Crab was like, it was like the Moby Dick shit, but instead of the Moby Dick, it was the Moby Dollar. And yeah, man, fucking Freddy Krueger too, man. That's some creepy shit. SpongeBob is some creepy shit now, guys.
Theory is
real shit though. Let's just be honest, real quick, just real fucking quick. Can we just acknowledge the creep from this picture?
Multiple clients who drew the same face. Then this started to go viral, and a lot about this 1,000 people have seen him, know about this theory. And I'm just gonna let you guys, and then when I saw mind, because I since I was a kid. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the picture.
Hurry up,
Shane.
Shane.
Let me know down in the comments if you have ever seen him. Here he is.
Hope you guys enjoy that. I'm gonna leave that there for a couple of minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll go back to the to where we were.
Create like a new unique person. So it just creates the most generic looking face it can, which could be this man, and which could be why we all see him. But whatever the theory is,
hold on, let me bring it back up.
And he is going into everybody's dreams to give them subliminal messages. Now the idea of somebody going into another person's dream isn't that crazy. I mean, if you believe in astral projection, then why wouldn't you believe in going into somebody else's subconscious? But it's still fucking scary to think about. And the last theory is the least scary one. And that is that this man is just a very generic looking man. And in our dreams, our brain can't really create like a new unique person. So it just creates the most generic looking face it can, which could be this man, and which could be why we all see him.
Yeah, Shane, I don't believe that shit.
Change the fact that he's literally everywhere. I mean, just look at all these pictures from around the world of people posting, have you seen this man, posting his face everywhere. It's pretty fucking creepy. I don't know. Fucking scares me. Have you ever seen that man? Let me know. Alright, so the next theory is about the author of the Harry Potter series, J.K. Rowling. And I feel like I might have touched on this one before, but now I have some more evidence, which I thought was kind of interesting. Theory is that J.K. might not be who we think she is. Now we all know the story. She was a poor woman who was writing a book in a coffee shop on a napkin, and then that turned into the Harry Potter franchise, which is a very inspirational story.
On a napkin?
But is it possible? Well, a movie director named Nina Grunfield doesn't think it is. So she thinks that there was something a lot bigger behind this. Her theory is that J.K. did not write the stories, and that she might just be an actress that was hired to pretend like she did. She thinks, and a lot of other theorists think, that these books were created by a huge company or an organization where they were like, okay, let's make something that will become a huge movie franchise, will sell millions of books, millions of dollars of tickets, and they created the entire thing. And then they thought, oh, this will get a lot of attention and a lot of press if it's written by like a poor woman in England who wrote it on napkins. Oh, that sounds like a good story. And then that happened, and it became the biggest thing ever. Now, I personally think it's real. I think she wrote them. I don't think she's an actress. I'm just letting you guys know that before
Stop
I do
lying,
this.
Shane.
So, J.K. Rowling heads, do not come for me. But I still thought this was interesting to think about. So here's what Nina, the director I was talking about earlier, said. Can a person be so productive and commercially successful in a media industry where nothing is left to coincidence? Is it possible that a person can write 6 thick books that are translated into 55 languages and sell more than 250 million copies in less than 10 years? Is it probable that the stories then get filmed and commercially exploited to the degree seen here without any well thought out strategy or highly professional players behind them? Is it possible that J.K. Rowling exists? Well, who do they think they're kidding? Not me. She then went on to say that the Nancy Drew books were all written by somebody named Caroline Keene. But Caroline Keene never existed. That was a fake name. Those books were actually written by random writers. And when asked if she thinks that that secret will ever come out, she said, I think the secret behind J.K. Rowling is guarded more strongly than the entrance to the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I don't know, it is kind of crazy to think about, you know, like what if the books were just written by like big corporations and companies that know exactly what kids want? And what if J.K. is just like, oh fuck, I hope nobody ever finds out. Once again, I don't believe it, but it's interesting. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about is an update to the Michaela Instagram theory. Now, a couple weeks ago I talked about this. There's an Instagram star named Little Michaela, and she's blowing up right now. And nobody knows if she's real or if she's fake. So I talked about in my video the fact that I think it's fake, and I think it's maybe a company behind it or some brand that are creating a girl out of computers to sell all their products. Well, Little Michaela did not like that, and she went on her Twitter and Instagram and said this. I'm available for reading lessons whenever you're in doubt, BB. Dessert, not desert. And it's pronounced Michaela. Eye roll emoji. So that got me thinking, wait a minute, that's the reaction that like a normal person would send, or a kid, or somebody who is like pissed and like, why the fuck do they think I'm fake? I'm real, fuck this person. Which made me think, maybe it's not a company. Maybe it is just a normal girl. Boy, who knows? So I sent a direct message and I said, hey, I did not mean to piss you off. I don't want to start drama. I just thought this was an interesting story. And if you ever want to talk more about it, I'm here. So she wrote back. We talked for a while. And at some point in the future, little Michaela might be popping up in one of my conspiracy videos. And I don't even know what that means, because I still don't know if she's real or not. So I'm fucking excited. So if you want that to happen, please go let her know. I'm trying. All right, you guys, hopefully you enjoyed these conspiracy videos today. If you want more conspiracy theory videos and you want me to do them more often, please give me a thumbs up so I know. And also subscribe to my channel right down below, because I make new videos every day. And if you want to see all my other conspiracy theory videos, including the one I did a couple weeks ago about Louis Tomlinson's baby, I'll put a link to a playlist right at the top of the description below. Alright, you little theorist, I will see you tomorrow. Don't believe everything you see. Bye. What is that? What happened to her? Oh my god. That looks like the body of somebody after Peter got done with them. He's like, you know what, I was sucking their blood and then they just ran out and I was still hungry, so I started eating their ass. And then halfway through I was over it, so we're done.
Bro. Shane, I don't know what the fuck you saw, because I saw somebody just taking a dump, like, motherfucker was just driving on the road. Fuck, I gotta take a shit. I can't wait. Oh shit, we got those goddamn hot dog buns. Too fucking tired to be doing this shit. Oh my gosh. Alright. We're gonna continue this little journey that we're doing. We're gonna just keep fucking reacting to shit. I'll be back in a fucking minute. Anyway. It feels weird to say this shit when I'm, you know, I know we're live and everything, but I'm gonna say it for the people that are gonna watch it later on. What the fuck am I doing at like 4 in the morning, bro? I'll put the video link in the description box below. Also in the description box will be my Twitter and Twitch. Make sure you click on both of those fuckers and follow me on both of those fuckers. I greatly appreciate it. And subscribe to me. Subscribe to Shane. Like this video and share it with everyone you know. And I'll catch you guys next time. I'm fucking tired. But we're gonna continue this shit. You're back. You couldn't sleep. Oh, well, I'm glad you're back, cause we're gonna watch some more shit. Disney theories. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna watch, but fuck it. I'll catch you guys next time.
Finish.